Welcome, welcome. We're back in the studio as usual, and it is drum reconfiguration day, part 2. So yesterday we completely stripped the kit out of the drum room, cleaned the floor, which is good, put down a new rug, put the kit back into position, reconfigured everything, checked all of our phasing, all of our mic distance and placements on everything. The kit sounds great. So now today we're going to get into Logic and we're going to adjust some things in the drum template. Now this template is the template that I use for everything. Most notably, it is the template that I start with for all of my remote drum sessions. The way it works is I have everything on every channel ready to go so I can just sit down and play. I don't have to populate any plugins, I don't have to adjust any EQ, none of that. I can just sit down and go. I have everything set so that it sounds good, but also lends itself well to being mixed. Here's a pro tip for all you drummers out there. Do not send mixed drums to clients when they're making a record, because they're going to want to have that record mixed afterwards, and then your drums are going to be too processed for the mix engineer. So the trick here is to find a happy medium between processed and not overly processed. You want the drums to sound good and crisp and clean, but you don't want them to sound over compressed or move too much EQ in certain areas, and you want to make sure that they're ready for mix, not already mixed. So what we're going to do today is there is some high-end sort of noise and nastiness that's happening, especially in the overheads and room mics in my new room. And there is also a little bit of a low-end dissonance and nastiness happening in the kick drum, the floor tom, and in the room mics as well. So we're just going to kind of carve a little bit of that out. We're not going to get too aggressive with it because, like I said, you don't want to go too far. The mix engineer, when they get these tracks that they get from me anytime, they can always pull more out. It's a lot easier to pull more out in any given area, but it is very, very difficult, if not impossible, to add more in. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to start by tracking some drums. Let's go. Drums tracked, headed back to the control room. Now, one of the advantages of doing everything in the box is that it allows me, as a one-man operation, to be able to record drums in and then go back into the control room and edit the settings from there, which is super great. Because if it was all analog, I'd have to be running back and forth like a madman, redoing gains, restructuring all this stuff, turning knobs. But instead, I get to record it into the software and then adjust it from there. Go team. All right, so we got some stuff fixed. First of all, and I forgot to mention this in my long-winded intro, I needed to adjust some of the gain structuring on my actual physical preamps. So my rant post-drumming is still valid, but in some ways not at all, because I had to go back and retrack again to get my gain structure right. So what was going on is that my gain structure was still good in this room from the last studio, but I was missing out on some punch from my kick drum and my snare drum because the way this room is responding to the drum kit versus the old room had lower ceilings and a slightly tighter sound, so you could get more thump out of less gain in the preamp here. So anyway, I had to change that, and then we've carved out some of the problematic frequencies across all the tracks. Now the next step is going to be to readjust our Logic template here. I want to add another sub channel of drums. Right now I've got I've got 2 tracking channels, 3 have been tracked channels, and then 1 drum comp channel. Sorry, group. All that is groups. What I want to add is a drum direct to comp group. So right now the tracking groups have your pre-mix set of plugins on them to process everything to send the mix. And the comp group has everything for mix pre-populated as a starting point, but I have to export the files embedding the pre-mix board mix plugins into them and then re-import them. So what I want to do is I want to create a channel that has all of the track to and mix plugin settings all on one thing, so that when I make videos like this, I can track to that group. So I'll use my normal groups for sessions, and I'll use my mix group for mixes, but then this group will be used for videos and vlogs and Instagram and all that good stuff. So that'll be next time. We are going to get back to work on upload. I'm really excited about it. I'm ready to get back to work to release a song to follow up Glitch, which you haven't checked out yet, please do. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.